Pretty bold video here. What is the single best attachment for your handgun? I think many people would say your red dot. You also have laser light combos that are really great. You have compensators. This is actually a pretty strong contender for what may be the best single attachment for a handgun that you can buy right now for sure. This is the Cerberus Arms, the Underworld Arms Cerberus compensator, and it's fitted to a 17 Gen 5. Beautifully modeled. Shout out Underworld Arms. Really, really spectacular. It's empty, I promise. $150, and you touch on what used to cost $500 roughly to mess with. Threaded barrel, new barrel, aftermarket compensator, porting. It's very expensive to touch your barrel on a handgun, but Underworld Arms did it very price effectively with the Cerberus, so shout out them. Here we have a 17L extended barrel, 6 inches, long slide. This is what I think to be the single greatest attachment, and it is a stock conversion kit that I developed. Let's see how well. I've always been curious about whether or not it's a good idea to show this. I gotta know what happens exactly. Okay. If you notice, it only took a moment, and my grip strength here is what is connecting the two. I think I left this on, and it's been a few hours, but we'll see if we can get it to go. And screen. I want you to see how the red dot is centered. Please. Okay. It is roughly there in the center of the magnifier, and that's the beauty of these things, is that the magnifier has these adjustment knobs so that the center of the scope's view can be adjusted for offset red dot perspectives, whether the red dot was here, here, whatever. That's what these adjustment screws are for. So as long as this is zeroed, this is going to follow the accuracy of this, which is already attached to the barrel. So when you are thinking of extending the size of your handgun to be more accurate, presumably for a longer range and such that you want a third point of contact, something like this becomes insanely practical, as if you know you have a 25-yard zero, you have the ability to, through basic deduction, infer what 1.8 inches of drop is across the 25 to 50 yards. This probably doesn't have... A Glock 19 will have 1.8 inches of drop between 25 yards and 50 yards. So I've heard. With this being a longer barrel, I imagine it's not like that at all. But who knows? It's probably close enough to where it doesn't even make a difference. It instantly disattaches. You can store this elsewhere. You can keep this in your vehicle. This can be your carry gun, hopefully, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're large enough to disguise it, but if you keep a full-sized G19, G17 handgun as your daily carry, you can keep this item in your vehicle and turn it into a truck gun. And it's instantaneous attachment and instantaneous detachment. It's incredibly cheap. This is $80 on Amazon. I think this is sold separately now, and this is 20 or 30 maybe individually. Monstrum 5X, because why not? Go big or go home. So altogether, what are we at? $160, $180 plus $5 of printing material, if that. 150 scope, $650 gun. Let's take it home. $30 Amazon laser. We're still less than $1,000. Even with an extended mag, we're under $1,000. And we might be the most capable weapon system around for size, cost, functionality. I don't know if it beats this. It's as though everyone who's purchased a handgun for self-defense between the times that like the Gen 5 was out, if they purchased a new gun, they probably purchased a Gen 5. There's tons of them out there. Here's your Gen 5 stock adapter, brace adapter. It doesn't have to be stock, for example, if you don't feel like doing the form, because of course I'd recommend everyone follow the law. I have other versions, just want to show off really quickly. What you realize is that if you don't have a slide cut red dot mount, this isn't going to do you much good. It's too close to your face when you're firing. You honestly need this additional section here to distance your face from the iron sights, but it's still practical even without the magnifier usage. And strangely enough, with the magnifier you can identify a laser aiming module from like 50 yards away on whatever surface through windows. It's a strange form of target acquisition. I wouldn't exactly recommend it, but it is a thing you can technically do. I guess I'll show that really quick. Behind the back. Looks funky. But, I mean, it still works. And you're not going to be able to see it, so, well, maybe you can. Hard to tell. There is a green laser showing up, right? Nope. I'm wrong. Anyway. This turns your handgun into a gnarly offensive handgun. It's got strap loops. If you notice, it doesn't have space for a extended back plate to exist here, so you can't switch this boy. I guess if you really wanted, well, I'm not gonna give you any suggestions. It's a stock for long-range accurate shots. Please don't do anything I don't know how to ask politely. I'll create. There's I can change it. All right, like there's things we can do to mess with it. I figured there's no better candidate host than the 17L, but if I could go back in time, I'd choose the G34 because I'm not a big fan of this plastic part. I have experimented with trying to duplicate it, but so far I haven't really made any 3D printed versions that perform the injection molded glass fiber reinforced part. Anyway, I love the idea of a full-sized service pistol being turned into a incredibly effective offensive handgun through modifications, because throughout time, the thing that you keep on you is what you use when you need it, and scenarios when you need it are really unexpected and you're not going to be prepared. So you kind of have to have a give and take relationship between keeping firepower on you in a concealable way. And the PCC, PDW, carbine, pistol conversion kit, barely. Those are sort of the directions of like ideal self-defense weapons, because they're cheap, inexpensive, reliable, controllable, accurate, effective, and ubiquitous as well. Well, not so much the kits, but handguns themselves. as civilians. It's not really expected that anyone has rifles out and about, but you can definitely put any type of handgun, no matter the offensiveness, into a backpack, and that's no big deal. And yeah, I really like it. If this thing had a threaded barrel and a red dot and a flared mag well, I think we would be in the territory for, like, theoretically the most offensive handgun imaginable. I mean, sure, if I had $10,000 to throw at this idea, I'd make it a Mark 23. But I don't want to spend $10,000 on making a Mark 23 the most. If I get a Mark 23, I will make it the most offensive handgun. But until I own it, I'm gonna have to do what I own, and that is the G17 platform, and by default also the G19. But really, it's the G17. As in my area of Florida, it's like the standard police service pistol, so I think that's really ideal. Anyway, thank you for listening. I'm surprised I've gotten this far with how much storage space I have on my phone, but I appreciate anyone's still around. I want to make this available for everyone and anyone. Someone's going to rip me off, I know it, with some sort of, like, plastic injection part, but this thing really is strong enough on its own. I've tried to break it, and, like, I don't have the grip strength to break it, and I'm not a weak individual either. I hate just saying that without serious context for such a statement, but anyway, I'm clearly talking too far and too long. I just know you guys are not crazy and recognize the potential, the significance. It's so inexpensive. Gen 5 Glock, stock, brace, 3D adapter, magnified optics. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.